Hey everybody, so I'm sure everybody's just gonna be shouting at me over this. I'm Ryan, welcome back to my channel. So what I'd like to do over the next little while is I just built a little bit of a topsoil sifter for my tractor, and it is ghetto as fuck, but I'm gonna attempt to do a time lapse of how I built it. So if anybody's interested in that, I'll leave some information down in the comments. Here it is. It's already up kind of on my tractor. So I literally I just used stuff that I had laying around. So I'm not gonna put in the title, I'm gonna try to not put, you know, you could build this for free or you could build this for, I'm not gonna do any of that. I just wanted to show the process of how I built it. And hopefully it'll just kind of do what I need it to do. I used this hardware cloth that's got 1/2-inch holes in it. I don't know if this is going to be strong enough by itself. I might have to put a piece of hog panel or something over the top of this or underneath it to take the brunt of the dirt. I'm not sure yet. I'll take it out in the field and test it out, set the tripod up, and maybe show you guys what it does. And see if it works. I don't even know yet. I've been needing one of these for a little while, and I got impatient, so I grabbed some scrap junk wood that I had laying around, and really the only thing I paid for on this, I ripped one 2x4 in half that was already mine, and then I had these pressure treated logs, 4x4s laying around from a previous project. So technically, I mean, I kind of built this for free. This whole roll of hardware cloth is like a 100-foot, or no, probably only a 50-foot roll, 4 feet tall. It cost me like $70. But I'm not gonna do that. I won't tell you guys you could build this for free, or because that's silly. I also have, you know, all the tools available to build it. So. But I would say that if anybody was going to build one, even this size, my tractor's a little bigger than some. So, I mean, but even if this works, if it does do what I need it to, you know, you could probably, even if you had to buy all the lumber, you know, you had to buy all this stuff, you could probably do this for less than $200, I'd say. You don't need nearly as much hardware cloth as I bought. I know I'll use that in the future, is why I bought a big roll, but I would say start to finish you could probably do this for under $200 if you really wanted to. In case anybody's wondering, what the fuck is this thing? This was a shelf that was already installed in the back of my shop here when I moved in, and I hated it. These guys freaking nailed these things together like it was nobody's business. Hung them up, and they had some freaking ghetto little stringers up off the wall that were holding them way up there. So I ripped that junk down, and luckily I still had one of them sitting around, and I think it'll actually work okay for this because it's all nailed in over here. Kind of gives it a little bit more, you know, support down here. Probably should have flipped this over because this one's thicker, but whatever. It'll give us some support here at the back. Probably have to enclose that. I don't know yet. I gotta use this thing and see how it does. So I'm gonna go dump some dirt. I don't even know if my time-lapse video will work, so hopefully there will also be a time-lapse included that I will try to maybe voice over or something. This is all new for me, but I'll try to include that, you know, so in case anybody kind of wants to see how I did it or what I did, you know, you'll see. Oh God, it's so crooked. Like I said, there's probably a million ways to build these. This was just my take on it, and like I said, I just was in a hurry. It only took me maybe, I don't know, an hour and a half to build this thing. So with that, I will take my tripod out in the field and dump some dirt. I don't know how much the sun's going to be in your guys' face. As it goes down, I'll try to move the camera around the other side. This will be my spot. I have these huge holes in my field where I bought my house. And mostly we've been uncovering that they've been burying garbage in them, which really irritates me. So but I'm going to set this up here because I can drive my tractor down in the far hole. On the other side is where I take my dirt from that I've been using in the yard. And then we've been trying to push more and more rocks into this one as we've been working on the house and stuff. So this way, if I set it up here, hopefully all the rocks will just fall off this side, and then I can just bring my tractor in right here, push them all into the hole. That's in theory. So now I'm going to stake it down real quick with some big concrete stakes so it doesn't move while I'm using it. I don't know if that's a good idea or not yet, because I know some guys say they shake them with their tractor, but I don't know yet. Maybe I'll try it without the concrete stakes first, because they could end up screwing me over. So, but with that, let's give it a shot. I don't know how much of that you guys could see from there, so let me pull the camera out to show you what I accomplished on one dump. I'll show you now, because I'm sure after a few it'll fail. But well, it did what I wanted it to, I suppose, because I have really rocky ground out here. So, and I've been, I'm a cheap ass, so I've been trying to kind of do what I can to save some money while we're working on our house. And I bought all this land, and my wife's like, let's buy some dirt. I'm like, what are you gonna buy dirt for? We have a whole bunch of dirt out there. So it actually worked pretty good. I think the 1/2 inch was a good idea. I was gonna go with a little bit bigger mesh, but that worked pretty good. It actually, it held a lot of the roots back. I don't know how long my staples are gonna hold, but we'll see. Hopefully these ones on the sides that I did, these ripped down 2x4s on the sides, will kind of hold most of it up. I need to practice a little more. I kind of missed the top like an idiot. But yeah, look, I mean, these are all the rocks that came out of that. That was one scoop. So here's the rocks on the one side, which obviously is a ton of rocks. And then here's the dirt I was left with, which is very, very usable. I mean, it ain't great soil, I know that. It's very kind of sandy. It clumps really bad, but I mean, as you can see, there's not a lot of rocks in it. So I'm gonna call that a win for now, guys. I don't know. Hope somebody else got something out of this. Maybe maybe somebody else was thinking about doing this, and maybe at least you can get inspired that it ain't really that hard, If you got a bunch of scrap lumber laying around, I would much more suggest do that. Don't go out, if you can help it, don't go out and buy a bunch of brand new freaking lumber and do this, because I know people are already probably hitting their keyboards. You didn't measure, you didn't this. I'm dumping dirt through it. It's just literally to catch dirt. If it lasts me one season, that's all I really need it for. Ideally, I'd like to do this again now that I think I might have sort of a concept here going. Ideally, I'd like to do it again and just weld it out of steel. I know most people know of like the grizzly rock catchers, which are mostly for bigger rocks. I know in that hole I might end up scooping out some pretty big rocks, but ideally I'd like to, weld some nice angle iron in here across, do angle iron across here for anything big, and then when you want to do stuff small, you can put the smaller stuff across it. It's just the grizzly ones are nice because they're really, really sturdy, and that way if I wanted to sift out any of these spots where I know I have really big rocks, that'd be helpful, because I like having the big rocks sometimes too, because you need them to fill in, holes or whatever. I dug some junk, some old farm implements out of over here in my field, so I needed like a hole. It left me like a huge freaking 4-foot deep hole over here, so I needed a bunch of rocks to fill that in, which still have a lot of work to do right here to kind of smooth this out. Need to come spray my weeds, but yeah, I have this nice little spot to drive down in this hole, and I'm just taking dirt from that hole. So I know it ain't great soil, probably that deep down, but I'm gonna just put it in my yard, and then I'll put grass seed on it, so hopefully it'll work for that. And I kind of thought if I dug deeper down in the soil, I wouldn't pick up as many weeds, because there's a ton of weeds out here too that I need to come spray. So yeah, I mean, if anybody wants an update on this later on, let me know. I'll try to keep you guys up to date on it. Need to maybe change the angle of it. It blew a ton of dirt back in my face, obviously. Yeah, hope somebody got something out of this one. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's not my normal conspiracy video, but the channel is called Night of All Trades, so hopefully I don't even want to teach someone how to do it, but hopefully inspire them to do it themselves. So thank you guys for watching. Well, like I said before, get you guys out of the sun, I guess, getting my mug in the sun. Like I said before, it ain't perfect. I mean, but I think it's gonna work for what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not... Get out of the tripod. I'm not doing anything fancy. Oh, look at me scraping a bunch of freaking crap in. Like I said, so far already, the one regret that I have, I should have made it about a foot wider than my bucket. That'll probably be one thing people are leaving in the comments. Ah, it's too narrow, it's too narrow. Because I pretty much made the insides of my posts about an inch wider than my freaking bucket, 2 inches wider. That was stupid. Should have done about at least 6 inches on each side, so you got some room to play in there. Because already I'm clipping the top, which I could chop these. I could chop the tops of these 4x4s off. I just wanted to leave them. I just wanted to leave them tall in case I need them later on for something else. I might end up putting like a piece of steel across here to, probably just another 2x4 would probably be enough. Even in the video I watched that this was inspired from, I'll try to link that down below, the video I watched that encouraged me to build mine. Yeah, he said make sure you have a real thick piece across the front, but he was using he was lifting his up with his tractor, so I don't know that I'll need to do that. Everything's falling through pretty good. I mean, there's some stuff that's staying on there, but then the next load comes along and it just kind of pushes everything off. So, but I mean, as you guys can see, this is some pretty fine dirt. I mean, it's better than, because I was getting all these rocks, all of this, I was taking full scoops, so all of this was ending up in my yard. And what we were doing is we were basically just by hand getting out everything, I don't know, this size and bigger. So we were ending up with tons of these pebbles in the yard. So I think this will work for me pretty good for, you know, being built out of scrap junk, and now I'm using my own dirt on my own property at least. So I feel pretty good about it. Let me know what you guys think. If you like it, leave a thumbs up, subscribe maybe. Let me know if you like this kind of stuff. I know a lot of the stuff I've been talking about on my channel is not for everyone, but maybe somebody could get something out of this. And it's kind of the goal of my channel when I started it, is if somebody can get something out of what I talk about, that's all that matters to me. So yeah, if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, also let me know. Let me know what you guys think I could do different and improve on. I'm sure sure there's lots of that, but I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, so again, thank you everybody for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.